My name is Josh Fox. I've been doing CrossFit for 4 months now, I think. I'm about 23 years old and still feeling pretty kind of young, at least. How I got started with CrossFit, I think one day my wrestling coach back in college at Ohio State, he brought in a guy named Dan Bailey. I had no idea who he was. He was trying to actually set him up on a date with one of the gymnastics coaches. And he came in and had him talk to us. He had no idea who he was. The guy turned out to be a 5-time placer, super stud in CrossFit. I looked at the guy, I'm like, wow, dang, I want to look like him someday. So I was looking around after I graduated. I'm like, man, I gotta find a group of psychopaths who like working out just as much as I do. And the more research I did, the more I found that CrossFit Grandview started popping up. And so I gave it a chance. Worked with the lovely Dan. Acquired taste, great guy though, and after the first couple days of Elements, I just couldn't stop coming back in. Got very uncomfortable, but that's where I like to be uncomfortable. Helps me grow, develop. So I've been wrestling since I was a freshman in high school. Just got out of football season, gave it a shot. Got my butt kicked bad. Like, I thought I was a bad dude. I learned real quick there's a lot more worse people out there. And I found that pretty attractive because it just made me feel like, really humble. Like, wow, I got a long ways to go before I'm, the top dog. And once I got to college, it was like, I won states my senior year in high school, and it was a great experience. But then I got to college and I'm like, wow, these guys are way better than I am. And then I started being surrounded by 3-timers, 4-timers, guys who were cadet national world champions. We were training with Olympians, and I got the taste of the elite level. And I couldn't stop being around it. I want to be part of something bigger, and that's always been my main goal is keep trying to chase after stuff bigger than myself. Because hopefully, I hope I can keep up sometimes. Yeah. So once I got done with wrestling. I gave CrossFit a shot, and I had the same feelings again. Better people out there. Joey's a good one, and I tried to just try to give it a shot. I'm like, well, I got my butt kicked in today. I'm gonna come back in tomorrow and keep coming after it. There's a lot of things I need to work on, a lot of stuff we didn't do in wrestling, and so I felt like I had to start from the beginning all over again.
So you recently did your first competition, right? Explain that. How was that feeling?
It was great. Luckily I did it as a team. I didn't do it individual. But with the team aspect, it was great because I had a guy with me, also a Big Ten wrestler from Northwestern, Jake. Jake's a good guy. And so it was a cooler environment because one, I didn't have to cut weight. I could come in, feeling good. Didn't have to worry about sizing this guy up. Well, I was actually sizing people up as I was not weighing in, but going to registration, and I had to stop thinking about that because I kept on forgetting that was not what I was there for, and threw my head in even more loops when we started putting on the singlets to compete in, which is just silly. But we just were trying to have fun. If there was any advice I could give somebody who was just starting off in CrossFit, I would think it would just be to never give up. When you run a marathon, it's not the distance that gets people, it's the pebble of the shoe. It's the little things. We have 5 minutes, but you have a lifetime worth of watts in front of you. And just keep at it, take it one day at a time, 1 watt at a time. Look at the big picture, not the small picture. I think that's the most important thing.